Hello, my name's Jude Palmer and this is Paul Mackenzie, and we are your lovely coaches who are going to take you cold water dipping. Here we are at the beautiful Southwater Country Park, that's in our background, and we've just been for a dip while we make this video. So a bit of background: I'm an open water swim coach, I am a lifeguard, open water lifeguard, and generally someone who loves being outside and eating lovely cake and hot drinks after a swim. Paul.
So I'm Paul. Indeed, we've just had a really lovely swim. It's a great place to be, even actually if we hadn't got in the water. It's nice just to come here for, even just 5 or 10 minutes. We've seen all sorts of wildlife.
We've seen some swans, we've seen coots.
Just swimming by. We've had a lovely swim. So my background, I actually started many years ago in the kayaking world. But like Jude, we're lifeguards, open water swim coaches, and we just love introducing other people to what can sometimes turn into a thrill of the cold water, and just start to see, their faces kind of light up as they spend a bit of time out here in nature and enjoying a bit of the water. So having followed the brown signs from the A24 to Southwater Park, this is where you'll come in. It's a 2-metre height restriction, and this is the main pay and display car park for Southwater Park.
So this is the second car park that you can use to park at Southwater Country Park. This is free parking, and if you want to find it, you put into Google Maps Island Dinosaur Parking. I know that sounds crazy and a bit silly, but it is Island Dinosaur Parking, and it will come up, and it's on the Southwater Business Park Road. It's free parking, and it's a short walk to where we're going to meet at the visitor centre. We've just parked in here, and I'm pointing to just where the red sort of dog litter bin is the path we'll take down to where we'll meet at the visitor centre. It's a short walk, about 5 minutes, and we'll see you there.
So, just want to run through what we want you to pack before you leave home. A nice big bag, ideally sort of is showerproof, but a nice big bag to pack things in. To start off with, I've got my swimming costume, absolutely essential. Swimming costume and towel. We do have to walk from the changing area to the beach, so you might want some footwear that it's okay if it's going to get wet. We've then got, for afterwards, some nice warm gloves and a hat, a hot drink and something to eat, something sweet to eat, and then just to help you, some really warm clothes, and bring more than you think you're going to need, and lots of layers. We can always not put something on and take it home rather than not have it. So plenty of that, and I've also got a neck warmer or a scarf, something like that as well. So if you can bring all of those things in your bag, and we will be meeting in the pay and display car park in Southwater Park at the centre end, quite close to the pay and display ticket machine. So if you come and meet us here, and then from our car we will then give out some equipment that we will give you for the session. And so that is likely to be another big bag, because all of these things are big and bulky. We will probably have some form of wetsuit or similar for you, and also a changing robe, which are these enormous great big coats, and we can wear these, because these are extra big, over the top of our normal coats. So do come with a nice warm coat yourself, and so we'll hand these out, and then we would expect, once we're all together, that will then move down to where we can change. And so you'll have your bag from home, plus the things we've given you, changing robe, and we'll be walking over here. So I've come out of the changing room, I've got all my clothes with me, I've not left anything in there. I've actually got the wetsuit on, I put my socks, my shoes that I don't mind getting wet. I've actually got my coat back on and my changing robe and a woolly hat, because we're going to stand by the beach for a couple of minutes before we actually get in. So I'm going to be nice and toasty warm for the next half an hour or so.
I just come out of the change rooms and I'm choosing to wear no wetsuit, so I've just got my swimming costume and what I want to swim in. That might be a rash vest or board shorts underneath all my woolly gear still, and I've still got my hat on, got my shoes ready to walk to the beach, and I've got a snuggly changing robe on, ready to go.
I'm now ready to get in. I'm going to come down to the water's edge. It just nicely shelves in here. I've got my toe float, which helps with the visibility. I've got my woolly hat on, I've got a wetsuit. I'm just going to walk in ever so slowly. We'll talk you all through this when you're here. It's probably less about actually swimming and more about just having a dip and enjoying the rush of the cold water. So I'm out the water, I've waited for the whole group, I've got my dry robe or my changing robe back on, woolly hat, and then we'll get our things together and walk back over to the changing room.